Well, let's get ready for something, huh? Wow, Bookum Dano. Hey, how you doing, Dano? It's good to see you. Gen X Ben, hiya. Good to see you guys as well. Ricky Last, good morning. Let's see here. Boom. Forgot to add that. Man, it's been a busy week. God's sakes, it's been busy. But I do have a couple of topics I think would be fun to enjoy and talk about. So, I hope everybody's been doing well. We'll get into the meat of the subjects here very shortly. Elvis, how you doing? Good to see you. Thanks for dropping in. Chris Bangsan, good morning. Mike and Arlen, good morning, Chris. Hope you guys are doing well. That's for sure. Actually, we hope everybody's doing well. It's been one of those busy, crazy weeks. I gotta tell you, so much going on. It seems like no matter how much you plan, no matter everything we do to plan for different things, all the time, it just seems like something comes up. Don Doon, good morning, Mike and Arlen. How you doing? California Bear, good morning. William Petrie, good morning from New York City. Oh, I used to love New York. Used to love to go to the city. Adventures with Roy. Good morning, Roy. How you doing? I hope things are going well for you. Roy's living somewhere near us. I'm not exactly sure. I ran into him the other day. Heath McDonald, good morning. And we're actually going to be talking about Roy in the near future. Gonna have an update on Roy and find out his story. Philippine Prepper, how you doing, Prepper? Unforeseen circumstances befall us all. Yeah, and I mean none of this was critical stuff or anything like that. Just stuff that was like kind of out of our control this week. Why Travel? Hello, hello. Good to see you, Why Travel. Good morning, Mike and Arlen. Back from the Phils to New York, still jet lagged. Oh, Peter, sorry to hear that. Sorry to hear that you had to leave, but it's always nice to get back to civilization when you need to. Trump lost. Well, he did once. We'll see what happens the next time around. Good morning. Hope you're doing well. So let's talk about the first thing. For those of you that have been around in the Philippines and have explored the Philippines, you probably have used Cebu Pacific Airlines. So we have a trip coming up in a couple short weeks. And that trip is on Philippine Airlines. And in the last week, they have changed our flight reservation timing 3 times. And it's a pain in the butt. First, we were leaving in the afternoon. Now we're leaving at dark 30. We were returning in the evening. Now we're returning in the morning. And we booked all of that through Clark International Airport, which is right down the road from us. But hey, you know what? Yeah, gotta go with the flow. Alva Thompson from Connecticut. How you doing, Alva? Just Facts. What's up, Just Facts? Glad to see you. Hey, Dave. Well, how's things up in Alaska? Oh, man. I tell you, so we've had to deal with reservations. Then I did, and I got to be honest with you. If you've ever, um, uh, seen Filipinos that have never bowled go bowling, that'll be interesting. Talk Still. Let's see what Talk Still has to say. You better let Kuya John on live stream this time and stop being a little baby, you bald-headed chicken lover. You know something, Talk Still. You can kiss my ass. I put on who I want to put on, and if they don't behave, they don't behave, they're gone. That's why I have people like Dave to take care of stuff like that. All right? If John can mind his manners and be a respectful individual, well, sure, I'm happy to have him on. Absolutely happy. In fact, that's not a problem whatsoever. Hi, Dave. This is Dan. Musta. Good morning, Walter. How you doing, Walter? Bye-bye, Talk Still. Dave may not. Dave doesn't put up with a lot of crap, so it just it's one of those things. Dave, if you see Kuya John come in, let him come in. All right? And if he is reasonable, let him be reasonable. If he's going to be an insulting little shit, just take care of him the way you generally do. Just got back from seeing my fiance in Puerto Princesa, Philippine Air changed one of my flights. Yep. I don't understand why everybody's, I'm hearing a lot of people talk about it. Farsight, nice to see you, Farsight. Nice spring-like day here in the 90s. Wow, nice. Moon River, good morning. How is your son, Moon? Is everything going okay? Let us know. Our wishes are with you, that's for sure. Bruce Allen, good morning, Bruce. Chippy Whiska canceled my May flight once and rescheduled me for August. Never again. Yeah. I tell you, they are a pain. They're an absolute pain. Good morning from North Carolina, Mike. Good morning, John. Good morning, Ruby. How are you? Nice to see you. How's things in Australia this morning? Married to a Filipina. Good morning from Wisconsin. Well, good morning, married to a Filipina. Yeah, we're going to talk about a couple of things. We're going to tell you a little bit about our week and a couple updates, but we're also want to talk with, I want to talk about taking care of the future of your Filipina. All right. I think that's a real vital conversation to be had. I really and truly do. Roy says Cebu Pacific changed their flight times to go to Bangkok. Yeah. Moon says her son's out of the hospital. Thank you. Walang naman. I got to be honest with you, Moon. For those of you that want to meet or talk to or get advice from a really solid Filipina mom, Moon River is literally the poster child of that. Very, very impressed with her. Buenos dias, senor. Good morning, Dardos. AJ, Aloha, Welfare, Mike, and Food Stamp Arlen. Yes, indeed. That is us. Farsight, good day to you too. Everybody's saying hello. I'll just shade my way through those. Adam, I'm coming over there from the United States. We're flying Philippine Airlines. Do you think we'll have a problem changing flight times, or do you think that's domestic only? Adam, for what I have seen and from what I have heard, it is 99.9% of the time domestic. You'll be coming out of San Francisco or LA more than likely, and yeah, not a I don't think you'll have an issue with the international side. Good morning, all headed over on the 29th, just a few short days and 9 more days. Herbie, we hope you have a great trip. That's for sure. So what else has been going on? Well, let's see. First off, the Viking Bar. For those of you that are unfamiliar with that, that was the scuffle the bouncers had with a Filipina. And I don't know, they ended up closing the bar for health code violations. It is still closed on 3 weeks now. I suspect it'll be open within a few short days. Just my thoughts. Friend of mine just had a triple bar. Wow, Dano. Hope he's doing okay. Looking good here in Australia with the all ordinaries going up. Better for retirement funds building up. Great. That is great, Ruby. Relay. Hey, Uncle. Hope you had a good weekend. We did have a very fun weekend, to be honest with you. I felt a little bit bad. We had been busy during the week. We didn't get anything really done as far as videos, and then turned around and loafed all weekend long with Food Stamp Arlen and just relaxed. Dano and Happy. Michael Johnson. Nice to see you, Michael. Hope you're doing well. Have they let you out of jail yet? And that's a joke, folks. Michael's not really in jail. Okay. Oh, the Chinese mayor. Yeah, the Chinese mayor. That's another big story. But I'm not really confident to talk on that yet because we did loaf a lot this weekend. And so a lot of that information I'm not up to date with. 101 in Arizona. Wow, still cranking warm. The weather's been pretty good in Pittsburgh. Oh, Hillbilly Pyro's here. Great deal. Good to have you. So, let's see here. So, the Viking Bar is still closed. Cebu Pacific keeps rearranging our flight and my daughter's flight. Let's see here. The Chinese have now told the Philippines that they are going to detain people for trespassing in areas of the West Philippine Sea. Yeah, I think that's going to be a load of bullshit. I really do. Be interesting to think how they think they're going to do that. A sociopath. Condolences to John's family. So, I don't think a whole lot about that. 90 in New York. Wow. Yes, Hector. Oh my God. The Dow crossed 40. I'm still broke though. Oh, Hector. It can't be. Oh, I'm loving the Dow right now, and I'm loving the exchange rate. I mean, everybody here's got to be loving the exchange rate. It can't, I mean, if you're not on the US dollar, have you looked at the exchange rate in your currency and how has it done in the past few days? Learn to speak Chinese. Not going to happen, Tony. Not going to happen. I'm not saying anything about the Chinese. What I'm saying is I'm not going to learn how to speak Chinese. So, hit the like button for Who Loves You Baby. yeah, you could hit it for us. We'd appreciate it. We certainly would. So let's talk about your obligation as a responsible adult. All right? As a responsible adult for your Filipina. What have you done for them? And I'm going to tell you, I've got a video coming out about it. So I believe that you, as you know, let's take a couple of things into consideration here. We've got all of these age gap relationships, right? And generally, you guys are on the aged side of that age gap relationship. What are you doing for your Filipina partner's future? You're not going to be around forever. Are you going to steal her youth and take advantage of that and then leave her with nothing and no future? Or are you going to be responsible? Are you going to teach her finances? Are you going to help her acquire or become sufficient when you're gone? I wonder how that works with many of you. Another expat motorbike accident story. I have a guy that went to the province hospital. They sent him to a bigger hospital. He went home like your neighbor. He's now spitting up blood. I'd be looking for a pneumothorax or a couple of other issues. Geez, you know, if he went to a province hospital and they sent him to a bigger hospital, I would think they did a chest x-ray and some ribs, and I don't know. I got no answer there, Michael. I really don't, other than to say if he's spitting up blood, something isn't right. The Australian dollar is still crap on the conversion scale. Wow. Chinese don't understand how much Filipinos love each other. They don't, apparently. Good for me. I'm coming over there next week. He's now on his way to the bigger hospital. He had small savings to pay medical needs. I told him to stop by. I picked up an extra 20,000 to help pay for meds. Wow, that's very generous of you, Michael. Maybe create a trust fund for their financial security when you're no longer around. You can set up a lot of different stuff, Ruby. You can set up annuities. You can set up all kinds of things. I'm not so much looking at what people may have set up insofar as have they set anything up. I'm looking actually, Ruby, at a lot of men that when they're gone, their partner, they have no property, they have no investments, they have no income, they have nothing. What are they going to do? You met her when she was in her 20s. Now she's in her mid 30s. She is less than desirable to many in her mid to late 30s. You've got to have her, you've got to do something, be responsible. My girlfriend teaches me, indeed she does. Arlene teaches me quite often also, Pyro. I brought my Filipina over in December. We married in January. She totally bolted last night. Oh my God. Wow. I brought my over in December. We got married in January. And January, February, March, April, May, June, 5 months. Wow. I don't know what to say about that. Oddly enough, I'm teaching my hobby too. And Ruby's married to a very smart man. My girlfriend was office manager for years. She knows money better than I do. Ruby, you overestimate, especially American financial literacy. A small age gap, we are around the same age. All right. I've seen reports, Brian Kozar, I've seen reports of many demonstrations in a dozen or so Chinese cities calling for their presidents to step down. The Chinese have problems. There's no doubt about that. No doubt. Their economy is in trouble. They've just got a lot of problems. I'm sure most expats would probably leave their Filipino partner a child or two. And Ruby, that goes into part two. Part two is how many of these men from whatever country have established citizenship for their child, so that whatever benefits, survivor benefits that child may have, they can get. Because you and I both know that whatever it takes to establish citizenship in a manner where the parent is deceased, that's going to cost money. Where is the Filipino going to come up with that money? I don't know. My wife is 48. I told her she has me. That's enough. When I'm gone, she'll have my ghost. But Herbie, and we're not going to tell people how to run their lives. If she's happy with that and you're happy with that, that's the way it goes. Helicopter care. Yes, I saw that. I saw that they have not been able to contact him yet. I saw they said that they have contacted two people that were on the helicopter, and they reported it as not being a significant, or not significant, that's a bad word, not being a disastrous crash, but no word about the president yet. It's a helicopter crash, Hector, but they haven't said anything yet about any casualties or for fatalities. Partially due to weather is one of the things that we've heard. Strife at home can lead to war. To focus there, anger and war helps the economy. Yes, Hillbilly. There is, in the 50s and 60s, one of the fastest way to grow a country's economy, to grow that economy, would be to have war manufacturing. You got exposed. Welcome, you got exposed. The Filipino also needs 5 years in the USA to get survived. Yes, she does. But if they have a child, that child, and the child is registered as a citizen, you got them a passport and everything, that child will get, at a minimum, something like $2,100 a month in survivor benefits from the parent that's deceased. Oh, wow. Philly in the Philippines. Good morning, Brian. Hope you're doing well. I'm so jealous. Wow, we're getting a star-studded cast this morning. Chippy, Ayatollah's run Iran anyway. President's a figurehead. Rest in peace if true. And Chippy's pretty much right. He is pretty much a figurehead, and not in the. That's my understanding, anyways. Not am I responsible for expats' financial planning? No, it's not, Dano. It's not. It's not our responsibility, but it's something that we often want to bring up, because sometimes we want to know, how are people doing this? how are they taking care of their wife in the future when they pass away? Good morning, everyone. Remember, love is important, and that won't cover your Filipinos living expenses when the expat's gone. And Ruby is correct. Love is good, but it won't buy milkfish. Actually, the first thing I did when we got married was to set things up for my wife and daughter when I'd gone. They'll be fine. There you go, Herbie. Great. I would have left her Calvin shirtless. She deserves that much punishment. Wow. Trump will win this time. If he can get, you know what? If he can get past the lawsuit issues, and I'm confused a little bit on that, I have to be honest. Yeah, I think he will. But you know what? I think we should probably, as You Got Exposed said, let's skip the politics. I want to keep this to be reasonable. But since we want to keep it reasonable, perhaps we'll open the panel and see just who might be interested in showing up. And let's see here. Copy that link. Uh-oh. Bum, 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 bum. Dum, 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 dum. Copy. Copy link. And paste. And there we go. Now, remember, Arlene and I are not big drama people. So with that being said, okay, we're either going to have mature, responsible people participating or not at all. Just simply don't want to have people screaming over people. I don't want to have a barrage of foul comments. I'm not going to sit around and listen to people attacking other people's children or family members. So you just have to, the channel isn't that important to us for that. It just isn't. Married to no politics or we're out of here. And I agree. No, we're not going to talk any more politics. Okay? Sperlin from Iloilo. How you doing, Sperlin? How's life down there today? In one of the cleanest cities in the Philippines. What is funny about bar finding a chicken? Well, Woody, it was a big joke. If you go look at our videos, there's one about Arlene and I going to Walking Street to bar find two chicks. Take a look at it. It was meant as humor. Put 12,000 Filipino pesos a month in a shoebox. The day you get married till the day you die, she'll be fine. Let's see here. Guess one. And Dano, how you doing? Good morning.
What's up, Mike?
Same old stuff. Uh-oh.
Beautiful day in the neighborhood.
It is a beautiful day. Let's see. And California Bears popping in. Let's see here. I'm so jealous. Not a responsible person, Mike. I don't know what to say to that. I really don't. I think you could be if you wanted to. On a different note, we are finally getting a bit of rain. Yeah, but we're not getting squat up here in Angeles City. We are getting some down in the province, but not a whole lot. Good morning, California Bear. Hope you're doing well.
I'm doing good, Mike. How you doing, buddy?
Doing very well, thank you.
I got a quick question. I don't want to take your time, but Basically, I'm planning to go back sometime in the fall. My question is, I do know that once you come into the Philippines, you got to have an exit trip out of the country. That being said, um, you can extend a tourist visa once you're there, right? But that
Correct.
being said, um, I know there's a web page where you can reserve a ticket, and it's basically just holds a ticket. Do you think, in your opinion, it's worth doing that? The risk of doing that, or go ahead and just get a real ticket and just use it as a burner ticket?
Get a
I would like
real
to have
ticket.
your
Get a real
okay.
ticket, but you know what?
Okay.
You can get a real ticket that is cancelable, that you
Yeah.
can actually cancel. And that's what you
Okay.
should do.
All
Just
right.
get a
Yeah.
real ticket. You may have to wait a couple months to get the refund. All right.
Uh huh.
But get a real ticket, cancel it, and the immigration is really starting to get tight about a lot of things. Foreigners are getting arrested on arrival or detained on arrival, turned around. They're catching a lot of stuff. Why bother to, misrepresent what you're going to do with something easy to trace? It's
I agree
easy.
100%. I've been looking into it already. I saw flights as cheap as Thailand for like 98, $92. And if you get the insurance, you can, like you said, you can go ahead and just cancel it or transfer it for another date. So, all right. I just want to make sure that's what I should do and why even risk it. So I just want to make sure that I got advice from somebody that would know what to do.
That's what we
And
would
that's it.
do.
Really.
All right,
Okay.
CB. Thanks so
All right.
much.
All right. No
Yes,
problem,
sir.
guys. Take care. Bye.
Bye. So let's go back down to this. There we go. Um, let's see here. Who's going to dinner with Chubbs? I don't know. I don't know. Did Chubbs has Chubbs got a dinner going on? Like I said, we've been really busy this week. We haven't had time to get much of anything taken care of. We've been busy with everything.
I can't wait to have those good eggs at Tequila Reef Thursday.
Oh, I'll be there. I'll be there Tuesday and Thursday, and you know, I guess at my age, the eggs is an egg, and I wolf them down no matter what. So it is there. Expats in the Philippines mature. Aren't you asking too much, Mike? Just kidding. You know what? Maybe I am, Ruby. Maybe I am. But, um, you know, I can always hope, right? Woody says, I don't understand why it's funny. Okay, here's the deal. If you say you're going to Walking Street to meet chicks and you're from America, generally chicks are girls. Well, it happened that the manager at one of the Wolfpack bars is a personal friend of ours, and he asked us. He has a good sized farm, I guess, not farm, but garden, and they raise pigs, they raise chickens. He's got mangoes, papayas, and all kinds of vegetables, and asked Arlen and I, hey, do you want a chicken? So I thought what he was talking about was a chicken. Like I go to SM, I get a chicken. It's in a package, it's ready. You can get it in parts, you can get, you know. And he asked, Arlen, do you know how to, fix a chicken? Well, Arlen says, well, sure I do. Okay. I mean, I know how to chop up a chicken, not a problem. So we went to Walking Street and he has a box. Well, first off, he's got a bag of papayas, big papayas, nice. He's got some Indian mangoes for us. But then he's got a box, and in this box were 2 chickens, 2 live chickens. And I'm going through my mind. Now, hold on a minute. I live in a condo, okay? How am I gonna butcher these chickens? How does this work? Arlen said not to worry about it. So the video shows our ordeal at the condo when Arlen decided to check and see how, first off, it shows us getting the chickens down on Walking Street, and then our ordeal with Arlen letting the chicken out of the box inside the condo. It's a travesty. You'd have to watch it to understand it. Relay, I'd like to cam up, but I ate too many beans today. I might broadcast. Okay, I can understand that. Bruce, I thought the bar chicken video was good. I was just disappointed it wasn't 2 bar girls. Yeah, Bruce. Well, we don't bar fine girls, but the chickens, and then actually it wasn't a bar fine, they were a gift. So, but I thought it was funny. Ruby, do these channels hit home for you just because you've been bar fined? Woody. Come on. We're not going to have personal attacks here, would you? Okay? All right? It's not going to happen. First and only warning on that. Ilo hasn't been getting rain yet either. Yep. Nothing in Cebu. Philly in the Philippines. Ruby, Adam, I'm not in a shoebox. Better invest. Otherwise, your 12K is going to depreciate in value due to inflation. Oops, being financially responsible again. Let's see. There we go. I tell you, when my thumb slides over, it hits the mute button, and I think my mute button's wearing out. A real ticket's less. Are you saying it doesn't work? I think you can. Dano, don't be screwing with me. Dano's been here when I've gone 20 minutes without audio before. So, a real ticket's less than $100, not worth the risk on the other stuff. Exactly. What part of California, Bear? BT and Betty. How you doing, BT? He is saying he's taking 2 couples to that new place. No, it wouldn't be us. We don't hang out with Chubbs and Ann, only because their hours and everything else are just different than ours. Hiya, BT. Thank you very much. Oh, you're very welcome, CB. Tequila Reef can go suck an egg. Philly's never going to give up. I will tell you, I've been to breakfast with Philly a couple times, and I'm going to be honest, I really think ZRV does a great breakfast. Absolutely great. My eggs at ZRV have been perfect both times. My girlfriend got hooked on Netflix. She watches too late, so probably won't wait till afternoon. Yeah, Arlen can get like that sometimes. Have you seen the new Korean drama? What's it called? Something 8. Something the number 8. That is a weird thing. Woody is a troll, Mike. Never mind. Yeah, I got a couple people take care of them. How do you like your eggs, Mike? Do they have hash browns in the Philippines? Good coffee at Chubb's? You know what? I get my eggs. This is my everyday order at Tequila Reef. I order the bacon and eggs, crispy bacon, eggs over medium, home fries, which is really like diced home potatoes that I get. They've got seasoning on them, and wheat toast. And that's what I get.
When they ask me how I like my eggs, I say cooked, thank you.
Cooked. Yeah, I run into Dano down there. I run into Dano probably 50% of the time that I go down there. Sharky, it's the new Greek place. No, but I'm waiting for a review because my father is Greek. So I want to know. I mean, I'm used to good Greek food. My grandparents on my father's side had a restaurant up in Anacostia, D.C., when they immigrated to the U.S. So I like good Greek food. Andy Omar. Oh my God, Andy, how you doing? Still sorry about them eggs.
There used to be a place in California in the city of Commerce where I used to live that had a place called Zorba the Greeks. And we used to eat and do Zorba the Greek dancing and all that.
Yeah.
Pata pata,
Throwing the plates on the floor.
A lot of fun.
Yeah, Greek, they can be fun folks. Ruby, I really have to give it to Arlene that she knew how to sort out live chickens. Only saw my grandma done it. Well, again, Ruby, you got to remember, Arlene was raised in the province. Okay. So she's done it before. Let's see. Everybody crisp hash browns and barely cooked eggs. Yeah. I like my eggs a little runny in the middle so I can put that yolk juice over everything and that works for me. Does that new Greek restaurant have a back door? I don't know, Hector. It is possible. You never know. You never know. Boom, there's the link again. Let's see here. Nice AJ. AJ's here. Andy Omar, did you pass along scorpions to make adobo tacos? You know what? I'll bet you Andy is sitting at his house eating half the bacon in San Fernando. Andy, you just remember Ann dancing so jealous. You'll never get an honest review of any restaurant here in Angeles City. I don't know. I can give you an honest review, Brian. I like Texas Roadhouse, but it's expensive and the service is But everything that's come out of the kitchen there has been good. There's one.
To really get an honest review, you'd have to have Gordon Ramsay come down,
Oh my God. I was actually watching him and Uncle Roger. You ever watch Uncle Roger before?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was watching him and Uncle Roger earlier this morning. Pablo, how you doing, Pablo? Good to see you. Seattle's best coffee, best breakfast place here in Iloilo. Okay. Yolk juice liquid chickens. Philly, holding you to your Italian restaurant review, bringing a crew. Chippy, I'm going to tell you, what is it? Scoris, I can't remember the name. We went there after the review that Brian gave it, and it was really good. In fact, we've been a couple times. So hopefully it'll rain in the afternoon and evening. Yeah, AJ. Everybody is needing it. You ask a Filipino how they like their eggs, they reply, fertilized. Okay. California Bear, they got some scorpion tacos in Mexico already. Tacos de alacran. Okay. So, so what else is going on? So, anyways, my point that I would, Brewmeister made it. Hey, Brew, how you doing? I answered your message this morning. I hope you got it. If you want, I'll run by and take a look at that place, and I'll ask around, see if I can get some answers. Who's had balut? I have not. I will not. Sorry. Prepper, we had some small rain. Yeah, a little bit of rain here and there. Hoppa, it's worth having rainwater tanks for future. Regular guy likes his eggs squeezed. Okay, I got the side joke with that one. Anyways, so what was I saying? What have you, as an expat, as a foreigner, what are you doing for your Filipinas' future? All right. Like, for instance, with Arlen and I, we have an age gap relationship. My ticket has been punched. I already know my expiration date is not far off. What have you done to take care of yours? I've done the best I can to ensure Arlen's future. She may still be on food stamps, you never know, but we've done the best. What have you done? Or do you believe you even need to do something? That's what I'm asking everybody that's out there. So Dano, what are you up to today?
About 6'2".
Oh,
But yeah, all I can say for that is, instead of going into detail, mine's taken care of.
yeah.
You know, I think that's a good thing to think about. How anybody personally goes about it, is up to them. But yeah, that's something to think about, definitely.
Indeed it is. Oh, Andy is ready to go on regular guy again. I don't know,
Hector, another thing
Andy. Has regular guy been putting out videos? I don't subscribe, so I don't really watch them. I don't know what's going on. I thought Kuya John was going to come by. Ruby, for us, that's not no, because the 1 hectare belongs to a relative, and if they sell the hectare to someone other than us, we'll be stuck with those water tanks. All right. JJ, the Lonely Bull in Asia. Good morning, JJ. Man, I'm envious of JJ. JJ has a channel that's growing and everything. Just an average guy. But he put out a video the other day that's got over 50,000 views. I mean, he had one that went a little bit viral. Congratulations to you, JJ. And everybody should give him a look. Same thing happened last time I was there. Okay. The wife, zero doubt, zero debt, property, business, life insurance on us both. She can legit earn and save. There you go, preppers. See, at least people are doing it. Bam, bam. How you doing, Alex? How's all the doctor's appointments going? Excuse me. Alex is in country from Thailand. Did you come by yourself? Did you bring your girlfriend with you? Is your brother still here? What's going on with you? Balut is awesome, but high in cholesterol. Okay. So life insurance, properties in the Phils and U.S. investment accounts set for life. Way to go, Herbie. 153,000 views. Wow, JJ. What's the biggest video you had prior to that? is going okay, bro. Got 2 now. Good. Good. Mayang Butang, AJ. Sorry, got 2 more. Yeah, my cousin is still here. My girl had to stay in Thailand. I understand, Alex. If you're around, let us know, and maybe we can meet for coffee or breakfast or something like that. Michael, I set my wife up with commercial lot in a small downtown, soon with a 3-story building on it, 500 square meters. My pension for the rest of her life, plus she'll get Social Security from USA, plus the life. See, Michael's got it figured out. See, that was, to me, that's showing that you're respecting what she's putting forward too. You know, I see these people that aren't doing that. I see expats that aren't, and I'm like, wow, you know. I mean, I can understand. Don't get me wrong. I can understand it if you don't have anything to give. I can understand it if, you know, financially you just don't have it. And she chose to be with you and she knows it. But when you do, don't you have an obligation to try and do something? Remove, sounds good. My wife's a pharmacist, chef, and a hairdresser. Wow, she's a jack of all trades. Yeah, JJ's blowing up. He is. Congrats to him. That's for sure. That is absolutely for sure. So it's back up again. If you want to join, hop on in. We'll talk about anything that isn't just super abusive. Okay? And we'll see what your thoughts are. Or we can talk about how are you going to take care of your future death and your Filipino. Dano, you're going back to the States here soon, aren't you?
Yeah, I think June 6th.
June 6th.
I'm going to go pick her up, and we're going to come back. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Good. So by the time we get back from Boracay,
Yeah,
maybe.
when my dad died, we had to leave and go sell the house. And my brother came and took my mother up to California,
Ah,
and then we stayed there till we sold the house. And then we'll be there a little bit. Probably come back in hopefully September.
okay.
But yeah, I had to come back early because I couldn't figure out how to get my SSRV payment done online. So I had to come back to be able to do that here.
Okay. That makes
Yeah.
sense. That makes sense. So what happened to you got exposed and to um um uh Kuya John and I'm so jealous. How come they won't cam up and tell us what their thoughts are? Being born to American father and Filipino mother, I appreciate my father taking care of my mom and fixing my papers. And I was able to move to the USA and have a better life. There you go, William. You know, and when you're done with that great earning years of your life, perhaps you'll return to the Philippines. You never know. But at least you have the option. And that was because your father took care of that. My wife and I live in an RV and she makes sloppy tacos, but she's learning. We just got married. You know what? I don't care where you live, my Filipina wife and I. It doesn't matter if you're in a tent. If you're happy and you guys are being realistic and honest with each other, you've got the whole lifetime ahead of you. And I got news for you. I used to own an RV. Actually, I've owned several, including a 42-foot country coach and a 45-foot Prevost. So some of those RVs can be pretty damn nice. Okay? Uh, there are plenty of Filipino American kids left in the Philippines. Yes, unfortunately, William, you're right. You got exposed, still here. Well, you're welcome to cam up. You really and truly are. I'm so jealous, yes. For U.S. expats with Filipino wife, U.S. expats, Filipino wife, how long does she need to stay in the U.S. to qualify for Social Security pension? I'm pretty sure, Ruby, it's 5 years. But you know something? I've heard 5 and I've heard 10. I heard it used to be 10 years ago, years and years ago. It used to be 10. I think, but I think it's sure changed. You know something, Ruby? I don't know. Arlene didn't want to live and retire to the U.S., so we didn't explore it once she made that decision. Chippy thinks it's 10. Thanks to California Bear and Michael Johnson. Mike, I am prescribed atorvastatin for cholesterol and I can't ever find it anywhere. Any idea what could be substituted? I am, CB, there are a number of drugs that you could look into, but you need to talk to your doctor and ask him. He's familiar with your medical history. He's familiar with how you've reacted. He's familiar with all of those things. I would not, we don't give out medical advice, and there are reasons for that. Ruby, 10 years of work history. Well, that would be 10 years of work history to get Social Security as a payment yourself. But I think it's just 5 years to get survivor benefits. I think she only has to live there 5 years to get her husband's survivor benefits. Chippy, does that mean the expat has to live in the U.S. for 10 years too? Yes. I've had balut. I've had trouble with getting past the feathers. I wouldn't doubt it. Todd, for their own Social Security, they have to work 40 quarters or 10 years. Yeah, that's what I thought, Todd. California Bear, mini cholesterol drugs. Wife is using them. Yep. Michael, 10 years if she's working, but for survivor benefits are different for her open-ended ways to get payment. Kids. For the kids, it's immediate and automatic. Okay? Your kid qualifies immediately for their survivor benefit. Now, one of the things you have to look at, the Social Security Department will and can audit you on those expenses. So in other words, let's say you and your Filipina here have a child, okay? And you pass away and the child is now getting survivor benefits. Social Security can actually send her, because the money goes in her name. It's her bank account, all right? Social Security can actually send her a form and tell her, itemize those expenses. What did you spend? 5 years for survivor benefits. That's what I thought you got exposed. It's 5 years for survivor, and it's 10 years for your own Social Security. Best that I remember. California, best consult with a doctor for an alternative medicine. That's when I usually get a shortage message on cholesterol pills cut in half. Don't collect. Be careful, Dos Bagos. You know, I cannot tell you how many times I've run into issues with Don't cut your medications in half. Don't do it. Take the full dose, take it as prescribed. Plenty of statins legal here and can be obtained. Yeah, there are. Understand, thank you. No, Andy, unfortunately, I've never served. I see a doctor in Cebu, but he's told me that drug does not exist in the Philippines back in 2018. There are there's a lot of statins and generics here. There you go. Have a nice day is here. How you doing? Andy, any updates on the Admiral? Atorvastatin should be available in the pharmacy here in the Philippines. My wife and I both take it. We get it at Watson's and Mercury Drug without a prescription. There you go. My wife was mad at me for not getting her 401k, getting her a 401k retirement. Other Filipino women put the bug in her head. I told her she had one already. She did not understand. She has my life. Yeah, we have another friend just like that, Michael. He worked for 2 different oil companies, and they had true pensions, Aramco and somebody else. And his wife actually gets an annuity for life when he passes away. So it's not a 401k, but it's even better. Are you still in Bangkok? I need to go back there, maybe in July, one of my favorite places. Oh, it's prescribed as cut in half. There's a line. Oh, yeah. Okay. So I understand what you're saying, that you can't get. I have a prescription that I can't get here at the same dosage as in the U.S. So I have to buy it at a higher dosage and then cut them in half. So yes, I do understand exactly what you're saying. I've done the best for my Filipino family, the best I can. I've been looking after them for years. Yep. My meds was costing $6K a month. Generic cost me $1K Philippines. Yeah. My meds. All right. So for those of you that may not be aware, I am a born type 1 diabetic. I've been a type 1 diabetic all my life. I've been on injectable insulin. And my meds, which a large portion of is insulin, I take very large doses of insulin because I've become very insulin resistant. After 65 years, you get insulin resistance. My meds run about $400 a month here.
Are there different? I know there's different types of that, but you don't have like a patch that goes it out. You can't do that.
No, I can't do a patch. I could do a pump. All right.
Oh, pump.
I could do a pump, but and I did do a pump when I was younger. Okay, but I just found it so cumbersome in my lifestyle, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
So no, I don't do a pump. I have pretty much 4 injections a day, and sometimes, depending on what I eat, if I want that Snickers bar at the movie theater, that's going to be another injection.
Do you use your phone? They have one that's a patch thing that you put your phone to it. It tells you what your level is.
Yeah, they do. They do. I don't need it. Medical people are the worst patients. I know I can feel when my sugar's dropping, but sometimes it's dropping the wrong way, or sometimes it's going up the wrong way. So it is all variable. But the problem with that, with the sensor, it's a sensor that's in your arm. Okay, it's a patch that has a sensor, has a, I don't know, I think it's a Bluetooth or NFT connection to your phone. Um, uh, when those first came out, and I considered it, they weren't available here in the Philippines. And even now they are available, but they're very expensive here. And I can't bring them back and forth because we don't go back and forth anymore. So I'm on Coumadin Warfarin. Anyone know if it's available? Yes, Mark. I take Warfarin as well. You can certainly get it here. Not a problem. And want to thanks, Bruce. Alan, times have changed, so I'll definitely look into it. Taking extra with me. Yep. My wife will have my full traditional pension when I'm gone for her life. There you go, Todd's. See, so 37.5. I had her send money back home for investment for retirement life instead. She'll also get my life savings. Also, took a big reduction in my monthly benefits of over $600. Yeah. JJ in the Philippines now. I may go there next month again. I may stay around Rama 9 area for a few months to try dipping my toes. I have a structured settlement but need cash now. Call JG. Yeah, I remember those. Other than Trans 9 Mask and Jod fairs, I don't really like Rama 9 area. I like some Sukhumvit 24 and higher. Todd, good morning, Todd. Or yeah, well, it's going to be good evening to you. Todd, how you doing? Hope you're doing well down in Florida. Is Ozempic available there? It has greatly lowered my A1C. It's my understanding that it is available, but not in stock most of the time. You would have to take a look. I would, and it is not cheap here either. So it is supposedly available, but it is generally not in stock. JJ, condos are good. It's just to dip my toes in the city area. I like Makati, BGC areas. Yeah, Andy's one of those younger men that likes that younger lifestyle. Reminder for expats moving to the Philippines, make sure you get a certificate from your doctor for all the prescriptions and medicines you're taking.
Yeah, I got a printout. I got a printout from my doctor, and I just go to Mercury here and point out what I want, and they give it to me.
Yeah.
So it works pretty good.
Yeah. Just make sure, like Ruby says, make sure you've got a valid prescription for all of them when you come through the country immigration. That's what Ruby is trying to get across. You don't want to be accidentally bringing something in that you shouldn't be. There's the link, and it's in the chat box. Click on it. Come join us online. Simvastatin is available in the Philippines. Yes. Absolutely. What about Manjaro or Trulicity to replace Ozempic? Trulicity is available, I know for a fact. I don't know about Manjaro. Todd, if you go online to Mercury, if you do Google Mercury drug and you can go online. Now, you'll have to sign up as a guest, all right, as a visitor, and you can then do a search, and it'll tell you what's available. Thinking about getting a jet ski. I'm too old for jet skis. This close to the water, I'd use it a lot, I think. Yeah, why not? Does your significant other know how to access all your online bank, brokerage, insurance, crypto in case something happens to you or you become incapacitated? She not only does she know how to, all right, but we know how short their attention span can be sometimes. There's a complete written document of it. There's a complete video of it, and it has everything but the passwords, which she has written and hidden somewhere else. Okay? She knows how to get a hold of everything. In addition to that, she knows how to get a hold of my brother, and he knows how to. She could easily give him the video and the passwords, and he could as well. And my broker knows her, and so therefore that would help a lot. But yes, absolutely. But Hector, you bring up a solid point. How do they deal with that? Or doesn't do any good to leave them anything if they don't know how to get it. Yeah, don't be bringing in email. Yeah, I saw that video with the van boy, Mr. Scapoli. The old Cano did that video. That was funny. I am lately averse to go to Philippines, uncertain about the supply of preparation H. Well, it's my understanding that if you chew enough of the aloe vera plant leaves and smear it on your rectum, that will help. But I don't know for sure. But you know something? Maybe I should go to Walking Street, get a hold of a couple of the lady boys, and find out what their local answer to that problem might be. Watch out for the local herbs and homemade meds. My girlfriend does all that to me, and I don't have the heart to tell her it's all hoodoo. I got to be honest, it just usually is. I used to take Simvasta, but then I started exercising, drinking vitamins, reducing my alcohols and my cholesterol lowered. Yeah. Over time, diet will lower your cholesterol without a doubt. Without a doubt. Andy, if you just cut yourself down to one pizza a month, you'll be in good shape. George has been hoarding preparation H. I'm livid. Oh, relay. Yeah, Rob did a great job. Yeah, I like Rob. Rob's a really great guy. But that was the time I used to eat like a local. Is it possible to get knockoff Viagra or Cialis near Burger? Of course it is. Absolutely, Chippy. And it's possible to have a heart attack from taking it. It's possible that you're taking pills that are half made out of plastic. It's possible that whatever you're taking has absolutely no valid components whatsoever. My only reply to that would be, you know what? Go to Mercury, go to Watson's, and ask them for the generic form. And that would be as good as safe a route as possible. I'm just messing.
Eat a lot of bananas.
Yeah. That's great, Mike, but most Filipinos don't know how to communicate with the banking system in the West, and most Western men don't trust their partners with their money. Yes, the Saint, you're right. And so two things have to happen. The first one is you need to teach them how to communicate. All right. And then the second thing is they need to learn how to communicate. My bank talks to Arlen. They know her. All right. Well, I don't know if anybody there still knows her. All right. But in addition to that, if you don't trust her with your money, you've got a problem. I mean, even if it doesn't have to be all of your money, but you've got to trust her with some until she's got to have some money to get by until all of your efforts and plans go together. I don't get it. I mean, I do understand men that have been screwed over by previous marriages. I do understand men that have been screwed over by previous Filipinos. But at some point, you've got to find a method. At some point, you've got to use the fact that you're the older, more mature, wiser, more experienced person to come up with that. So, Hillbilly was bitten by a cat, and she's putting powdered deer horn. Pyro, isn't that like an aphrodite male enhancement powdered horn? I've seen that in like Chinese herb remedies. Maybe I'm mistaken. Todd, I'm enjoying. Yeah, old Cano, the old Cano. All right. You guys need to. I mean, Rob and I go back to the very first days. He and I first started together. We both started YouTube at the same time. He's a great guy. Absolutely great guy. People should check out his channel. Make sure your family and your country understand and respect your will. I know a Filipino had to fight her deceased ex-Australian husband's children to court. They contested his will in Australia. You know what, Ruby? I do understand that. My daughter has already been taken care of. Everything's set aside for her. My will is very straightforward, and my daughter doesn't have an issue with it. But Ruby brings up a solid point. How many of you actually have a will so that your wife doesn't go through probate? How many of you have a Filipino wife and your assets are in the U.S., you don't have a will? How is she going to even fight or file probate from the Philippines? Yeah, those are interesting questions. Careful, Chippy. If you got health complications, don't risk it on the street. Yeah, Andy's 100%. I'm not sure, Michael, that will work. The Saint, yes, you must trust her with some, especially if you're in the hospital and can't talk. Absolutely. Boom, chakalaka. Brian's still hanging out in the background. Ooh, keeping an eye on things. If you can't trust her, why marry her? And that's... And that's a solid point. If you can't trust her, why would you marry her? Yeah, Rob has, and he used to be a DJ. That's why he has that incredible voice. Vicks bomb, and you know what, Chippy? If Vicks doesn't fix it, Robitussin will. You get some Tussin, that'll cover everything from minor surgery all the way up to Ebola. The old canoe is excellent. I've been following Robert quite a while. Yeah, Brian Kozar is correct. He is. 83 watching. Let's all hit the like button. Thank you, CB. Thank you. I'm tickled when we get, you know what? When we get over 70, I'm a happy, happy camper. For somebody that that only has 4,800 subscribers, I'm happy. You better watch out. Go to the doctor. On a serious note, if you're married, get a revocable living trust. Saves a lot of headaches. Cost me $2,500. Yep. If you no longer have residence in a U.S. state, will a will in the U.S. be applicable since probate is residency by location? Yeah, absolutely. Is somewhere it's going to claim it. Okay. Your wherever the funds are, wherever the bank is where stuff will get thrown into probate, is what the understanding I'm under. Okay. So it's entirely possible. My intent is to have 85% of our Lynn's future already here in the Philippines by the time I die. So over the next 12 months, everything but the last little drabs of cash, and when I say, we won't say how much, but whatever is going to be in the U.S. But I'll even close out my 401k within the next 12 to 18 months, more than likely. And I'll be rolling them into investments here. There you go, having it. You need a will, a living will, power of attorney, and notarized. Yep. YouTube says you should have an average of 1% of your subscriber total watching your live stream, which you said would be 45 people. So you're doing great. Hey, I'm happy with, well, you know something? Unlike so many people, this isn't a race to the top for us. We're not making a living doing YouTube. We never intended to. Does it? We use our YouTube funds to either fund the technology like Ecamm, which I'm using right now for YouTube, or we use it in our charitable side, which is something we don't talk about. Other than that, YouTube is a hobby, one that takes way too much of my time, to be honest with you. But it's fun. It gets gives me something to do sometimes. When my feet hurt so bad that I can't go out walking, I can still sit on my fat ass and get a video or two out. So, for us, it's not a race. Would we like to be bigger and better? Sure. But that's a personal goal. It's not a need or a desire by any way, shape, or means. Chippy Whiska, super chat. Thank you so much, Chippy. Thank you so much. Actually, Vicks doesn't fix Ebola. That's why you need Robitussin. That's funny. Todd, nice, Chippy. Yes, it does. My Pharma Essentials, Vicks, Robitussin, Imodium, and Advil. There you go. I wish that's all I had to have in my pharmacy. Unfortunately, we have a lot. Not that we need it, but I'm just so used to having everything at my fingertips in the U.S. You know, um, I mean, in the U.S., well, we're just not going to go into it. Chippy, like a true Mexican Vicks vapor rub, fix everything. Yep. Mike, have you seriously looked at what investments are worth doing in the Philippines? Ruby, you know something? Yes and no. Yes, I've looked at investments. No, I don't like any of them. Yes, I am going to look at treasuries, bonds, and bank sponsored long term events. Um, we hope to have a meeting with the investment side of BDO in the next week to 10 days, but probably going to have to postpone it until after my daughter gets done with her vacation here. I don't trust investments with condo companies. Like, I don't trust SM. I want something, it's what they call critical mass. We have the critical mass if we find the right investment, that we don't have to, it could be a type of bank issued thing. The mom of my child's financial illness. Of course, she knows how to access my account if I pass away, yet she has health insurance, Champas VA, and it helps quite a lot with the little to know. Yeah, there you go. No premiums for her and my set. I'm insured. It's taken care of. See, cheap and selfish. Too many. Herself. Many expats are cheap and selfish to not take care of the mother of their own. And you're right. I mean, Andy's 100% correct. And this is what I'm saying. Even if she's not the mother, what if it's a woman that spent 20 years? You met her when she's, let's go look at what's typical. You met her at 25. You're with her for 15 years before you die. All right? You're leaving a 35-year-old woman who's been taken care of for the past 15 years on her own. What have you done to deal with that? What have you done for her? What have you done for her future? You're supposed to be the smart one. Her name has to be on the account, even if it says that she's the beneficiary. I was told this by a lawyer. If her name is not on the account, what will happen? Yeah, my wife's name is on all the accounts, except my 401k, which legally and physically can only have my name. The Imodium AD and to save my ass literally over there. How funny. Ruby, telecoms and electricities. Thanks, Walter. Michael, breaking news. Our Philippines just said sold his 4 and bought every bar on Walking Street. I got to tell you, Michael, if I buy another bar, if I ever owned another bar, I used to own a bar long time ago, and it was never really my intent to buy a bar. But if I ever owned another bar, shoot me and put me out of my misery. It is adult daycare. That is the bottom line. I've met and hung out with some cool folks I've met from my YouTube. Makes it worth it. That and the trade network opens up. Also, Todd, when that person dies, what will happen? The government will come in to get their part. You got to be, that is a big deal. Todd, I agree with the Imodium, and it's a lifesaver. I can thank Mike for that important. Yep. Howdy, Vloggerati. Hey, William, how are you? Monophthalmologist. Good morning across the street, Doc. Hi, all. Well, how you doing? Are you over there in Tower 1, 2, 3, something like that? Can I see you out of my windows? I always pop a Imodium AD when I eat out when I go to Ecuador. I've never been to Ecuador. I've been to Belize. I've been to Colombia. I've been to Mexico. Been to a couple of other places, but never Ecuador. I don't know why. Don't know why. So let's see here. Put that back up. All right. If you're interested in bringing up your own topic, if you're interested in speaking your piece, if you want to be heard, if you want to talk about anything, cam up, come on up. We'll be happy to have you. He's watching my live stream from his window. Yeah, that's kind of, that'd be a little creepy, maybe. Do they sell sub sandwiches in the Philippines? Yes, they do. Yes, they do. Would you like it? That's going to be a different story. You know, don't count on getting it slammed full. You know what? Let's just say they're different. All right. Depending on where you get it. When you buy a new bar, name it Bare Facts. Please make a separate video on your experience owning a bar. That will get the most of views. Roy, there is a video for that already. And it's called I Used to Own a Topless Bar. And it's in the playlist. Feel free to give it a look. I'd love to talk about deep wells, but I'm guessing this isn't the place. How deep a well are you talking about, William? Hillbilly, I lost 70 pounds. Now can't find my favorite foods here. Wow. Oh, it's Tass and Dulcie. Ah! Oh my gosh, these are friends of mine. I met Tass and Dulcie. Great. First off, Tass is Greek. All right. Dulcie's a Filipina. And they've been together, I don't know how long. They are a funny, funny couple. And Tass is like the healthiest guy I've ever seen. I met them over 2 years ago now at Tequila Reef one morning before I was ever even YouTubing. And I see Dulcie every now and then. My balcony overlooks the street, and I can see her as she'll go up to the store corner, or I saw her racing her little dog yesterday, hopping up and down, getting her little dog all excited outside. A doctor visit is cheap in the Philippines. Just go to one and see about helper pills. Yep. Yeah, it is. It has been humid, super humid these past few days. Chipper, my cousin's had a bar called Minder Binders. Minder Binders? Minder Binders. Ha! Chippy Whisk. I just came in from working on the car and I'm wet. It's so hot and sticky. Yep. Married 16 years. We met on Guam. There you go. Hillbilly, have you tried Shakey's Pizza? That's the only pizza my husband doesn't mind eating. Ruby, did you guys try Biggie's Pizza? Biggees, I think is how it's on Grab. Biggie's Pizza. That's the only, that and paisanos are pretty much the only pizza we like. Billy Evazo, nothing close to Pizza Hut. No, it's not. Our little dog, he's a Pekingese, his name was Yando. Yeah, I saw him out there. I saw you guys out there with him yesterday. Gotta love Tequila Reef's breakfast. Yep. Pizza Hut is ordinary for our taste. Indeed, it is. Indeed. So anyways, what else am I thinking? Let's see. The Chinese now say that they are going to detain people for trespassing in the West Philippine Sea. What a crock of crap that is. All right. I don't think that's. I don't think they've got the balls to do it personally. Back home, the local Pizza Hut makes them really good. Yep. ABC had a good pizza. I've never had pizza from ABC. Huh. That might be a thought. At Walter, they have Subway locations. SM has one, and the one in Makati and SM EDSA. Mall of Asia has one too. Yep. But you're not going to find Jersey Mike's, and you're not going to find. I don't know. I find Subway to be lacking, and I find Philippine Subway to be really lacking. I was sick of pizza when I left. Now that's what I want. How funny. Yeah. I'm sorry, but the Subway in SM blows big monkey chunks. Period. End of story. It is, they have no idea what lettuce is supposed to be used for. They use oil-based mayonnaise instead of egg-based mayonnaise. Their tomatoes aren't anywhere near whatever. I'm sorry. I seen them laughing at the 100 boats the PA sent, calling them canoes and two-person fishing boats. Yeah, sure. But you notice they're not laughing at some other stuff that's out there. I'll put it to you like this. The first Filipino they hurt is going to be a big problem for them. As long as it's inside the EEZ. Yeah. Oh, checkmate. Do you really think that S&R's pizza is good? Arlen likes it too. I'm just not a fan of it. Chicken and Mojos are our faves too. Yeah. Checkmate. Chicken burgers are great as well. Never tried that, Chippy. Hello, get your sweetheart a green card. Yeah, Arlen had a green card. Relay, too much Western food chat for Philippine living. Try Porak Iya and Sisig or Aling Lusig. Aling Lusig, isn't that the really famous Sisig place? That's gone downhill, I think. The best pizza is when you can have it for breakfast. Yes, Walter's right. And you know what? You guys can laugh and bitch all you want. Man, I'm going to tell you something. I love to get up in the morning, go straight to the refrigerator, grab yesterday's cold ass pizza. I don't want to warm it up. I don't want to do it. I want to eat it cold right there. Uh-oh, Andy's joining us. Oh my God. Andy Omar in the house.
Hey, how are you?
Pretty good, Andy. How you doing?
Yeah, pretty great. Hey, how you doing there, Bookum?
Okay.
Yeah, just here, seeing the comments and stuff. Yeah, the Aling Lusing,
Yeah,
it is going downhill really bad.
yeah. I've heard like 3 or 4 different people say that.
Yeah, at first I thought it was like around 30 to 40% fat, and it was cool, I thought it was great. Now I see it was like 80% fat. It's like double the fat. You cannot see any of the, like the way Bourdain, he described how it is. Well, it's totally different. It's not how it is.
Really?
Yeah, it's all watery now. It's all fatty and greasy. It's just it lacks the flavor of what it was before, and yeah, it's not
Wow.
anymore. That was my last time I went in.
Hey, Mike, thanks for having me. I got a caller. She's calling me from States.
Okay, Dano. Take care.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye. So let me switch this over real quick. We'll put you there, and then we'll just do that. So, what are your plans today, Andy?
Not much. Just staying home, doing some work. I might go out and do some grocery shopping. That's it.
Yeah, Arlen went to Pompong this morning to the market. I don't think we've
Oh,
got too much else going on at all. Um, I like this. Mom says you got to admire the Filipinos' courage, though, standing up to China. Give those guys some jet skis; they'll run circles around the Chinese coasties. I got to tell you, as soon as China hurts a Filipino, seriously, hurts one, all right, that's when shit's going to get a little bit real. That's when I think they're going to start using the Philippine Coast Guard to physically escort them completely. We'll see though. I live in the USA. My girlfriend tells me they are very good. Hillbilly. SNR, JJ says, SNR, Glorietta, and Makati has the closest thing to American pizza here. Really? I can tell you SNR in Dau has the furthest thing I've ever had from American pizza. And not to say that Arlene likes it, she does, but I don't like it. I like Big E's pizza.
I mean, it's okay. I like Landers better than.
I've never
SNR.
had Landers pizza.
It's almost
Never,
the same, but a little bit, better. Hmm.
but you know what? Do you like a thicker pizza or a thinner pizza?
Um, Depends on the mood, but usually, like when I used to grow up on it, it was the thicker pizza. Like that's what it's available at the time. So yeah, I grew up on it, so I'm used to the thicker pizza.
Yeah.
Most of the bigger chains usually have the thicker pizza.
See, and I have to limit how much bread I can take in because it turns to sugar. It's a carbohydrate, turns to sugar. So I like the thin crust stuff. So that might have a big deal to it. James Gilbert says, no, Nos restaurant is the best pizza I've had anywhere. No Nose restaurant. I don't know that one. So I do not know. So Andy, what else is going on? I haven't seen you out there defiling anybody lately. I haven't seen you raising any hell lately. Um, you've been good. I've seen you in a couple live streams. You were very presentable and nice. I mean, I'm like, man, what's going on with Andy?
No, it's just typical me. Just around. It's I'm really doing. I'm taking a break from the drama stuff. Like I can still talk shit in my lives and all that, but except the videos do take time. Like
They do.
it's taking like the research and the editing. It does take a lot of time. I'm like, nah, this is getting way too much. And then apart from that, like I don't want to offend my subscribers, but like there's some that's like like they're thinking it's getting into like a police force kind of stuff, and I'm like, I'm not gonna, I'm not on the beat, I'm not trying to be out there and every expat or whatever. It does get a bit annoying, and that's another reason why I left that last time, because it is annoying. Like, but nowadays I'm just in my life, I could talk shit about people like regular
Sure.
guy or whatever, how he's hiding and guilty minds and all that shit like that. Like, and it's how do you say? I I don't know. I guess just the videos I'm coming down on it, like on the defiling part. It's just I'm just trying to make more travel videos, I guess.
More travel videos. I saw your Bangkok video the other day. That was from a long time back, though, wasn't it?
No, actually,
Not
that's pretty
Bangkok.
recent.
I'm sorry. Yeah, it was Bangkok.
Yeah, that's pretty recent.
Oh, okay.
Hmm.
Oh, yeah. I don't know, man. I'm telling you, Cebu Pacific has canceled and not canceled, rescheduled our flight, changed our flight to and from Boracay 3 times this week.
Mm, wow,
Yeah,
I never had that before.
it's crazy. Out of Clark, we're going out of Clark, and we had 3 different reschedules. It's been crazy. Originally we were supposed to get there at like 4 in the afternoon. Now we're going to get there at 10 in the morning. Which means we have to get up at dark 30 here. Um, we were going to originally get back at like 6 in the evening. Now we're getting back at like, I don't know, like shit, like 11 o'clock in the morning. So, I mean, it's like we're going to be like, must be the first flight out of Catlacan. I don't know.
Yeah, did you get that ticket like way before, like months before or something like that, or?
We got it, we booked them 3 weeks ago, 4 weeks, about a month ago.
Oh, okay. So maybe that's probably why.
I mean, how much change can they have in flights out of Clark? It's not like there's that many.
Yeah, true. It's probably the rainy season and all that stuff that's ruining it.
I don't know. I got no idea. I'm interested to see how my daughter and her boyfriend are flying in to Clark on
Hmm.
Starlux.
Oh, nice.
So I'm gonna see what that service is gonna be like.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, you've flown them?
Yes, it's great.
Oh,
It's
good,
pretty upscale.
good,
Yeah, they'll love it. They'll love the food, everything like that. Especially if they're flying like a higher class. Like the food is great.
good,
Yeah.
good. We'll have to wait and see how that goes. Philly was here earlier, but he's gone now. And then I'm looking around. You Got Exposed was here earlier. And I'm So Jealous 2 was here earlier. But none of them wanted to cam up. And,
That's the same person, ain't it?
well, I don't know for sure. You know what I'm saying? I,
Yeah.
I, I mean, I think they're all related or interrelated somehow. But
Hmm.
I don't, I mean, I don't follow it close enough to be able to tell.
Yeah.
I don't, I mean, is Kuya John this guy and this guy and this guy? And is, this one? Oh, there's I'm So Jealous is still here. So I'm not sure. I'm So Jealous might be Kuya John. I don't know.
No, I don't think so. It's
No?
not. No.
Okay. But I don't know. And I'm willing to have an adult conversation with anybody, you know?
Yeah.
Um,
I think there's some things with Kuya John. I think that he does make sense in certain things. I do not agree with the people who he's attacking with, but as an expat, he does make a lot of sense. You know, like there's times where he says he did this, he did that, and there's times of his outrage. And I can get it. Like the guy is young, he has his hormones and everything. And it's him. I don't know how he is personally. I probably think he's probably a nice guy offline, but online, like it takes a different persona, I think, online. So who knows? That could be just his online persona, and he could, for all we know, he could be like the nicest guy in the street. Who knows? You know.
yeah,
I'm just taking it. I'm just giving the benefit of a doubt, kind of like how I gave
no, 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 no. I
I
gave
gave that
him,
regular dude a benefit of a doubt as well. So, you
no,
know,
I gave John the benefit of the doubt. Okay. First time I ran into him was on somebody's live stream. I don't know if it was Philly's or Mike's Philippine Journey. I can't remember. Okay. And during that, he made it clear that he said he had been a bad father,
hmm
that but he had come to his senses. He had evaluated his responsibility, that he had this and that he was going forward and he was going to become a part of his daughter's. And I congratulated him on that. I
yeah,
thought that was very good. I thought that was a very positive thing. So I don't know. But when he cut loose, man, I had a live, I had to go to the CR, and man, him and Mike cut loose like two roosters at the damn cockfight. Oh, it was
yeah. At least I give him that because people make mistakes, and I guess he wasn't a good father at the time. At least he self admits it, and
yeah.
now he's trying to step up. And hey, like in for me, I give a benefit of a doubt to anybody who's trying to be a good father. Like, hey, like that's cool. Like, I don't agree with the people who he attacks, but at least I can give him a benefit of a doubt on that he's trying at least, you know,
Yeah.
that's the one, at least,
No,
trying, because there's guys out there that they fully know it's their children and they will not do anything.
no, I don't get that. I don't. I mean, I'll be honest with you, Andy. I took care of my daughter's future before we even left the Philippine America. All right. Her entire future is funded. Excuse me. I mean, to me, I sacrificed nothing because it was a joy to pay for cheerleading. It was a joy to pay for tutors. It was a joy to pay for tuition. It was a joy to buy our car. It was a joy to do, and none of that was a sacrifice. None
hmm
of it. I can't understand men who give up their children. I just
Yeah,
can't.
that's true. Before I had a child, I used to be like that. I used to think like, why these guys, always spoiling their kids like those, like I'm like, why are they always buying them stuff? Like they can just, play outside and all that. But then when you get a kid, you start realizing, and you're like, maybe I don't want him outside that much. Maybe, like he could get hurt or something, or, send him out to like basketball and stuff like that and team sports and all that, better for him. And then you would start paying, you have to start paying and all that. And yeah, even like the mom of my child is like, man, you spoiled him way too much. And she used to say, like, way before, when you said you didn't want to have any kids, you used to say how you wouldn't spoil any children or whatever. So it does change you. Yeah, like, but a lot of these guys are who don't have any kids don't understand. I guess they don't understand until they have kids. That's the thing.
Um, yeah, I would assume that that must be it. I don't know what Todd's talking about. Justice for April. Do you have any idea what that is?
Yes, April Rose. That's the one with the expat, the Mexican dude, where he was taking advantage of the woman. She had like stage 4 ovarian cancer,
Oh,
and
I know who
he
you're
was doing
talking
the
about now.
donations.
Yes, now I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that is a true shitbag right there.
That's yeah. Mike, that was all talk from John because up to now he hasn't set up anything concrete for his daughter's future finances, and he's been in the Philippines for weeks now. Um, you know what, Ruby? I don't know. I don't know what he has done, what he hasn't done. I would hope he has. I would hope he's at least formulating something in his mind to get it done. But I don't know. I
And
really and truly don't.
another one I would say is, the Filipinas. If like I have this friend, right, who has this daughter, and he tries to help out the mother, but she doesn't want to do anything with him. Doesn't accept money, nothing. Like, she just doesn't want to talk to him. Like, he's saying sometimes, like, I want to help out the mother of his child. He wants to help her out, or but some of them just don't want to be helped by them. They probably went through a bad breakup or something. Who knows? But some of them just don't want to be helped. So maybe that's why you don't see it. Who
Yeah.
knows? I don't know the story, but yeah, and just giving the benefit of a doubt here.
Yeah. No, and that's just it. That's also part of the problem. Sometimes we only hear part of the story. We never
Mhm.
hear all sides sometimes the information isn't relevant, it isn't all there.
Yeah.
So CBGB, can anyone explain to me why a man needs to have kids? I had my tubes cut 20 years ago. Well, some people want kids. I guess that's probably the best answer, maybe.
Did he recheck it again? Like, if it's still cut, those could get turned back. They can revert.
Yeah, they can. They
I
can.
had it actually for me like 8 years ago, like right after my kid was born. I did it, and yeah, I need to check it again, just in case.
Just in case, Andy.
Hmm.
Just in case, you should check those.
Mm.
Now this one, coffee chill, all wrong on spousal benefit. If you civil marriage Filipina in the islands, you then apply for a green card by agent, cost 1,000 US, 9 to 10 months processing. I have no idea what he's talking about.
Oh, civil marriage, Filipina and the islands, and your green card by agent. What agent do you need? Like, the green card stuff is probably like around 700. If you're going for a 3K visa, K3 visa, around 700. But this was like, for me, when I did it, was like back 2016. So yeah, I don't know the prices now, but by agent, no, they can do it themselves.
Yeah, I just don't know what he means. Um, let's see here. It's an innate biological drive to have kids. And CBGB says, Todd, it is not natural. Procreation is natural. Chippy, my dog is still humping. Stop. 2 years later. Oh my God. She'll have to move to the USA for 6 months to get earnings. Type of error. She'll need to be in the USA for 5 years or travel and return every 60. Okay. Coffee chill. You're semi-correct, semi-incorrect. Okay. I can just tell you, we were married here in the Philippines. It took Arlen 18 months to get her visa. And it's not just a green card, it's a green card and a visa. Okay. Upon arrival, then you get it for a certain period of time. She'll have to be there she'll have to work 40 quarters or 10 years in order to collect her own Social Security. Or she'll need to have 5 years in the United States considered permanent, which means not leaving for more than 60 days at any one time, all right, to get spousal benefits. And spousal benefits only means when he dies. Carefree Chris, what's up? Not much. Just chit-chatting. CBGB is built into our DNA and evolution to have children. It's baked in the cake. You want to do it because you know nothing else. I disagree completely, GB. That's the biggest lie.
For me, I didn't want, but it just came, and hey.
But you're entitled to your opinion, that's for sure.
I understand.
Do what?
No, I understand CBGB on it. I used to be in the same stance before, and yeah.
I'm sure there are plenty of men that do not want children.
Mm-hmm. But right? It does change you later on, like in life. Like once you have it, it does change you.
Dano says, "I'm too busy to get busy in someone else's drama." Isn't that the truth? No, I don't see it that way. I think that some people want to have children, all right, and some people don't. I mean, that's an issue that's plagued. I mean, look at Japan. They have the lowest birth rate in the country, in the world now. If you plan to have your wife the quick green card, do the fiance visa. Yeah, and that's true. Relay's correct. Fiance visa is really faster than a K1. California, I agree with Andy. I came, and 9 months later, I became a father. Having kids ensures greater poverty. Really? Are you saying that children are financially a drain? I mean, all right, so CB, are you talking about individual poverty or global poverty? Let's get on that first. Is it true the flies on walking streets have gotten the women preggy on? It's possible, Michael. Nothing's impossible. You know what? Nothing is impossible on walking street, especially when we watch a very famous blogger walk down walking street wearing his yellow Speedos and pink glasses. It's going to happen one day.
You said famous.
So, yes, especially in the West. And where are you getting your information? Where do you get these statistics? This is, I don't know. I had kids. CBGB, do you have children? And how old are you? In fact, here, let me put this up. Why don't you cam up and let's talk about this? Child. But I'm too old now at 48 and don't want to be much older than the child. Yep. I made a conscious decision not to have kids. Sure, sometimes I yearn for it, but since my upbringing was unstable, it's a decision that you made. Can you recommend anyone to transport goods and a scooter to another island? No, I can't. I can't. GB, I just posted the link. Come on the panel. Andy is famous, especially in those Speedos. The problem with expat drama is that it can affect other expats in the Philippines. I missed, there you go. The problem with expat drama is that it can be, expect other expats. The best way is to call it out and to show people that you are against it also. Some of the drama is warranted. I mean, it's people reporting bullshit. Some of it is blown out.
The funny part is, yeah, like you clearly see something wrong that is happening, and yet their subscribers would go against you. It's like you can clearly see the guy is filming and touching a kid, but subscribers, oh no, Andy, you're just making it up. It's just BS. I don't see that. Like it's like rubbing the kid's back, or the girl is saying she's 16, or you see a lanyard that says junior high school, and no, Andy Omar, you're just jealous. It's like what the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh man, and then you want to call it out, but then there's people like they have a, I don't know what's the subscribers are, their subscribers are fucking weird.
Wait, I seem to have missed something here. Let's see. Oh, I'll be back in just a minute. 30 seconds.
That's Mike's cue, like, oh, I'll be back, and then some drama starts. It's kind of like like the CO. It's like, okay, I'm going to the bathroom, the CO, and then shit goes down in the fucking cell, and then the CO comes back. Oh, okay, what's going on? For hibiscus, you said, should an expat file his will in the PI or in the home country? I say file it if your finances are in the Philippines. File it here. If your finances are in the US, file it over there.
Hang on a second. What have I done here? I've missed. There we go. So, CBBG. Can't hear you. The guest has muted themselves. You're on mute. You've muted yourself. We can't hear you. Okay, you're going to have to, no, we can't hear you. You're on mute. Andy, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
Yeah, I hear you. Well, you know what? If you cannot figure out how to unmute yourself, there's not much we can do. No, Andy, you can hear me, right?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah, Sharky says I'm muted.
It says it's him.
Yeah. Yeah. There we go. Oh, now he's trying to join again. Let's see what happens this time. Andy is 2. All right. Can we hear you now?
Okay, let's try. Can you? Can you hear
Yes.
me?
Now we hear you.
Okay, it's changed. This YouTube thing has changed. No, man. Okay, so I just want to say that I'm married to a Japanese. I've been married for 28 years. I never wanted to have kids. Is that I'm not religious. I'm not Catholic. I'm not anything else. I never wanted to have kids, and I wanted to retire by the time I was 50. And I did. My wife doesn't have to work. I don't have to work because we have no kids.
No.
Is that difficult to understand?
Okay. So
Okay.
let's
That's
go
my
back a
argument.
step.
That's all it is.
I don't disagree with you. Okay. Not having children is making life
Okay.
a little cheaper.
Well, good.
Not having children will make life a little cheaper.
A lot cheaper.
Well, I don't know about that, but it will
A
be
lot
cheaper.
not a little.
But
a lot.
not having children,
Well,
having
look,
children doesn't
come
put
on.
you into poverty. Having children doesn't put you into
But hang on.
poverty.
Every
Sure.
child. Well, it doesn't put you into poverty, but it limits your options for acquiring wealth.
It limits your options to acquiring wealth. I'm not sure. You know what? Drinking beer
Yes.
limits your options to acquiring wealth. Everything does. I mean, trying to blame children for that is I mean, I don't disagree. Look,
Okay.
kids cost money, and I agree with that.
Yeah.
Okay. But
Have you sent your kids to college, or
Yeah.
university?
yeah. Yeah.
How many kids do you have?
1.
Okay, 1. That's not too bad. That's probably manageable. Now I'm talking about in the West. In the Philippines, I'm sure it's a lot cheaper.
I
But
sent
it
my
costs,
daughter.
on average, it
Whoa,
costs
whoa, whoa, whoa,
about
whoa.
300 to 400.
I sent my daughter to undergraduate school in California. Okay. I sent my daughter
Okay,
to
good.
veterinary school in another state.
Congratulations.
Okay. It was not cheap.
Congratulations. Okay, good. All right, that's good. And that's an option. That's the option you choose.
Yes.
But many of us today, we do not want to go that route. That's all
Sure.
I'm saying.
And we said we agree with you.
seem to
There
be
are
a
people
reason-
that don't want children. We agree there are people that don't, and there
A
are
lot,
men.
more than ever.
There are people that should never be parents. There are people that are terrible
Absolutely.
parents.
Absolutely.
All right.
Well, for me, I
But
was one of those that didn't want
You're
kids.
correct.
I slipped up.
do
And
you
yeah,
regret, Andy? Do you regret having
Oh,
children?
no,
we all,
I don't. Honestly, at first, I was kind
you
of like
can't
depressed
say that.
about it. Like I didn't
You
want the
can't say that.
responsibility.
You you're putting Andy you're putting Andy in a bad position, because if he says he regrets his own kids, that's terrible, a
No,
terrible
no,
thing
no.
to say.
For
So
me,
Andy
I did.
cannot say
I
that.
did.
That's
Like
unfair.
usually when you have when you don't want, you're in that stance where you don't want kids, and you find out she's pregnant. Yeah, there's that thought that goes through your head that is a regret. Then you go through the seven stages of remorse and all that, and then acceptance.
The
But later
7
on, when the kid
stages.
was born, I realized, hey man, that's a cute little kid, man.
What are
Cool. And then yeah,
Andy?
like I
What are the 7
taking it
stages?
to her OB genes and everything,
What are,
and it
tell
was
me the
great.
7 stages. Genes? Come on, I want to know more.
Huh? What do you
What
mean?
about the genes and the
I
7
said
stages?
OB-GYN, the OB-GYN clinic, the
Oh,
clinic.
you mentioned genes.
No, I meant
Uh,
when I was taking her to the doctor, the pregnancy
Well,
doctor and
you
all that.
he said OB-GYN clinic,
okay?
the cooter doctor.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. All right. I heard genes. Wow, they
OB-GYN.
really changed
Yeah, the OB-GYN.
this.
Apologize. Yeah, but that's the thing that
This they
you learn
really they changed.
and you turn, during the pregnancy, and then when it's born, hey, it's
Yeah.
a different joy.
Okay. When it's born, it changes your life.
Yeah, it does.
Okay.
I don't
Yeah,
know
for
who's
sure. For sure. I can see that. I
For
can
me,
see
it
that.
changed for the better. I don't know.
Go ahead.
I
Okay.
keep
Okay. Well, good.
so
Good for you.
I don't buy into this issue that you say having children increases poverty by any way, shape, or means. All right. I can't buy
Well,
into it at
well,
all.
if you okay, I'm sorry, I don't know your name,
Mike,
but what
my
is your
name,
name? I'm sorry,
Mike.
Mike. Yeah, Mike. You seem like a good guy,
Nice,
but
good to meet you.
okay, Mike.
Yes,
Uh, yeah, nice to meet you. So anyway, if you look at the statistics in the West, now I'm talking about the U.S.,
sure.
more people are on welfare of some sort. That I mean, we have a huge amount of single mothers and single fathers to a lesser extent,
Yes,
and they receive government benefits because they are below the poverty line. In other
yeah.
words, people who can't provide for themselves should not have children.
But that's look. I don't disagree with that. All right, but at the same time, saying that
Okay.
I don't disagree with because I haven't looked at the statistics, but I don't disagree that people that can't take care of themselves should not be having offspring to take care of. But we can't stop that. Okay, it happens everywhere in the world, and
Oh,
the other part of that argument would be that what level do you consider taking care of themselves? In other words, in the Philippines, all right, not in the West, but in the Philippines, um, uh, there are a lot of Filipinos that have children that can't take care of themselves. Are you saying they shouldn't have children also? But they can't take care of themselves by Western standards, but by Filipino standards, they're fine.
Right.
So, I mean, it is a culturally different thing.
I mean, yes, it is. Yes, it is. The Philippines is a Catholic country. What does Catholicism teach about having kids?
I don't care what I could care less what the church says.
Yeah, same here. I'm atheist.
I'm not atheist. I'm agnostic.
Well, that's you, but yeah, I'm atheist too. Okay, all right. Well, we're all in the same boat, but the church wants more and more cannon fodder. You know what cannon fodder is, I'm sure. More members. The church will never, never support birth control.
That's why my money doesn't go to the Catholic Church. I mean, I'm just getting back. I'm just going back to your original statement. Your original statement was having children drives poverty.
I think it does in the United States. Yes, I think it does.
I'm from the United States. Children in the United States, my child in the United States. And I am far from impoverished or for qualifying for poverty. All right.
Okay.
I mean,
well, maybe you're a success story. And hey, I'm going to reply to this comment by Smoothly 64. I got married 28 years ago. I'm still married to the same wonderful woman. And no, I have no regrets at all about never having kids. I'm glad I made that decision. So, hey, Smooth, the Catholics say be fruitful. Yes. Oh, okay. Now, some guy wants to come on and say, I'll tear apart his arguments. Come on up. Come on up. Make this an interesting show.
I don't know about that, but you know what?
I'm getting all sorts of criticism right now.
You are getting a lot of criticism because I would bet there are a lot of parents out there. So, I mean, you should expect that. You should expect that.
And there's okay. Yeah, it's fine.
Yeah, no. I mean, you're entitled.
Commenters, come on up and challenge.
Well, I would challenge you right now.
Come on up. These comments.
Look, the bottom line is that, children don't drive poverty. Parents, the people that are out there drive poverty. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it's the parents' financial inability to take care of their children. That's all it is. I don't think the children should be blamed for it. Yeah. I think the adults should be blamed for it.
I'm not blaming anyone. I'm just saying it's choice. We all should have choice. And people always say it's nature. It's natural to want to have kids. It's something inside. We're biologically programmed to want to spread our genes. I think that's total BS. That's crazy.
Unfortunately,
Mike?
there
What
are
do you think?
only, look it up, you're going to find out that there are a specific number of natural basic instincts, and there are only a few. All right. And procreation is an instinct, it's inbred. All right. It is an instinct. Whether you choose to do something with it or not is up to you. And don't get me wrong, GB. All right. You're welcome to your opinion. You're welcome to voice it here. Nobody's gonna fault you on that. I
Well, thank
just
you.
don't believe. I don't believe that children drive poverty. Okay, I do believe that there are people that
Okay.
should not have children that do.
Oh, yes. Well, I agree. I agree.
You know,
Well, for me, in my opinion, I do agree with the CBGB on not wanting kids. But, when the mother of my child got pregnant, like, what else could I do? I'm not going to ask her to get an abortion or anything. So, you know, keep it, raise it, and hey, after the fact, I snipped it. And, I'm happy. For me, I didn't see
Well,
any
you're good.
financial negative impact on it.
There's one comment now that supports me a little bit. Well, let me tell you about my story. I'm an old guy. I'm at least as old as Mike. But when I was in high school, I wanted to F any girl that moved. I mean, every girl I saw, I had a boner on for, right? And I got 3 girls pregnant. But I grew up in a time and in a place where abortion was easily obtainable. And 3 times we had an abortion, 3 different girls. And I'm thankful because I wouldn't be alive today if I had 3 kids, because I never wanted to work that hard. Okay, I didn't want to go out in the sun and do roofing or some kind of hard labor, dig ditches, and I never had to, because we got abortions and they were easy to obtain in the United States at that time.
okay.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like before, I used to be like one of those guys, pro-abortion and all that stuff. But then when it comes to your face, and you have to realize that's a life that you know, that's a life that you're actually gonna throw away, and you gotta live with that forever. Like, of course, even many years later, you still live with that, and of what could have been, you know. So I didn't want that conscience in my mind.
I
So
still live with it and I'm okay with it. Well, I'm okay. I had 3 abortions, and you know what? I'm not feeling any guilt, Andy.
But you
Not
know
any guilt,
something?
because I never was religious.
But you know something? You didn't have 3 abortions. Some girl had an abortion. You didn't have shit. What you
Okay.
got was you got a nut,
Yeah.
and then you ran from your responsibility. All right? That's the bottom line.
Let me
Look,
tell you,
you
Mike,
gotta,
I got
if you're
many
gonna
nuts.
be here, admit to
I
what's
got
going on.
many.
All right? You got a nut, you ran away. All right? And there's nothing
No.
wrong with that.
Let me tell you,
There's
I got
nothing
many
wrong.
nuts, Mike.
Yep. I'm sure you did. I'm sure you
Mike,
did.
I didn't get one nut. I got nuts for years. And I didn't run away with it. I paid for the abortions. I didn't run away. I paid for the abortions.
Hang
And I
on.
know a lot of guys that did the same thing.
hang on a second. Relay, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I'm just waiting
Oh,
for my cue.
okay. So I've got Relay there, but he's not got a video feed. All right. So Relay, you wanted to chime in on this?
All right, give him
Uh,
some time.
um, I don't know
Chime
because the
in,
vibe
relay.
I felt it. The vibe is more like you're gatekeeping on the topic. That if I tell you my story as an immigrant here in the U.S., I started broke, childless for 10 years, and after having a child, my net worth went up, and now I'm bringing my kid to a Catholic school that I pay for $1,000 a month. So what's your argument there, especially for me as an immigrant, of not having kids?
I
I
have
mean,
no argument.
yeah, I mean your
I
choice.
have
It's your
no
choice,
argument.
but it's like you're sticking. It's like rubbing your cock to
Thank
us,
you.
right? There's no conflict between having or not
No,
having
I'm not
kids.
telling anyone what to do. Right, right.
Why the assertion?
I'm reading a comment.
Yeah, and where's your
Go ahead.
statistics? You got citation? Or maybe you're spouting nonsense.
Look,
Give us
you
a
have to
link. Tell
Google.
us what you feel, if it's factual or
No,
not.
no. Google it.
Ah, Google, come on. Get an official citation, not
Oh,
Google.
God. Okay.
And don't tell us to look for
All right.
don't
Well,
tell
I
don't
know.
dictate something to us to look for things that you're claiming of. The burden of proof is in yours. So what a
Look,
lazy argument is that?
okay. No, no, no. It's no burden.
I mean,
It's no
we're cool.
burden of
You're
proof. But I
childless.
didn't
You're
come
childless.
here prepared to be. I'm child free. Don't call a child less. Call it child free. And I'm married for
Semantics.
28 years to the same person, and
Okay.
we're
You know what?
wealthy. We're wealthy today.
Okay,
Well,
here's the bottom line, guys. We're not getting anywhere with this at all. We respect your opinion, all right? But obviously, many people disagree. We're going to change the topic. We're going to move on. We're going to say thank you. And you know something? You can be whatever you want to be, however you want. People will accept
exactly.
you or not, either
Thank
way.
you. Thank you, Mike.
All right?
Thank you, Andy. You're very
Yeah.
respectful. Thank you both for hearing me out.
What a nutcase.
Let's see here.
Well, yeah, for me, I don't consider it as it is expensive, I can tell you that, but I don't consider it like a financial crazy strain or anything like that. Like it is a joy, when you see your kid happy and you're buying him things or you're spending time with him or you're taking him out, to certain places, then it is a joy. It's that's the one thing for me.
I have no idea what's going on here. For some reason, Bruce is trying to join and I can't get it to do anything with him. I had a problem last time with this. I got Sam is joining again. I no way. I'm just not gonna deal with it right now. You know what? With all things being equal, it's been 2.5 hours. All right. Um, I think we're just going to call it quits before Arlen decides to throw something at me um, uh, and deal with it that way. All right. So, Andy, thank you so much for dropping by. Appreciate it.
I
Everybody
appreciate it.
else in the live stream, thank you so much. Relay, thanks for dropping in. CB, thanks for voicing your opinion. We certainly appreciate everybody, but we're gonna uh, get to all the other things we have to take care of this morning. So take care, everybody, and we wish you the best.